So the next 90 days of my life, or about 3 months, is going to be completely insane. I'm taking on some huge projects, doing some major events. That's just going to make the next 3 months crazy. And you're going to get to be part of that. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But a lot of you are going to know who I am. Some of you may not. So real quickly, if you don't know who I am, my name's Travis Michelson. I live down in Peoria, Arizona. Love it down here. And I've had the privilege, the benefit, and sometimes the headache for the past 12 years of waking up every morning and going to work on my dreams, on my goals, on my family's future. Because for the past 12 years, I've been self-employed. I haven't had to answer to a boss, which is an amazing lifestyle. But it's got some downsides to it. Back in 2008, we hit a real hard recession here in Arizona, and the business that I had at the time, and I still own today, is a carpet and tile cleaning company. And when the real estate market dropped huge in 2008 in Phoenix, my business dropped by about 50%. I ended up having to go into foreclosure on the house that I put $175,000 down on. I had a personal bankruptcy. But through that real tragedy in my life, I learned a lot of lessons. And one of the things I learned was you never want to be completely dependent upon one income, because there are things that can happen outside of your control that can crash an income. And if that's your only source of revenue, it can be devastating like it was to me. So my carpet business is growing again. It's back on the upturn as the economy's increased, but I've also branched out and I now derive income from multiple different sources. And one of the sources is this company called the Internet Lifestyle Network. And this thing is really, really cool. It's a training and tools platform that gives people access to knowledge, wisdom, and tools to create supplemental incomes online. And they are holding a challenge called the 100 Videos in 100 Day Challenge. And what it's basically doing is it's having people like me, and there's all kinds of people that are participating in this challenge, do 100 videos over 100 days offering valuable content that can have an impact on people's lives. Now this is going to be huge. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about every day for the next 100 days, but I can tell you over the past 12 years I've gained a lot of information, so I think I'll be able to do this. And I'm also taking on some other challenges over the next 3 months that I'll talk about in a future video. But what I want to do in this video is I'm going to go over to my whiteboard and I'm going to talk about something really important. If you're not happy with any aspect of your life, if you want to make a change, you've got to get this concept. You've got to get comfortable with living outside of your comfort zone. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So I always like to give credit where credit's due. And this is a concept that I learned from a leader in one of the industries I work in. His name's Eric Worre. Eric's a fantastic guy. I worked with him over a decade ago at a Success Television network that dealt with nothing but positive programming. It's an awesome concept. But not everybody knows Eric, so not everybody's seen this. So I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to see it because it's really cool. And it's all about your comfort zone. And if this circle represents your comfort zone, and no, I cannot draw with the crud, but this is where most people live. And this is, you know, a mountain cabin sitting on a comfortable couch in a Snuggie with a glass of hot chocolate next to a crackling fireplace with their favorite TV show on TV. That's your comfort zone, right? Not really, not for most people. Their comfort zone may be going to a job they hate every single day, coming home to a spouse that they're having trouble connecting with, living in a body that they're not happy with. But it's what they know. They understand how to live there. And there's an old adage that says, let me see if I can get this right, most people will prefer the misery of certainty over the certainty of, no, most people prefer the certainty of misery over the misery of uncertainty. They'd rather live in a life that sucks but they know than to not know what's going to happen. Well, if you want to make a change in your life, you've got to get past that. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, because here's what a lot of people do. This is where they live in their comfort zone. And let's say they're not happy with their body or their fitness or their health, so they decide to make a change one day. And they go, I'm going to, just out of the blue, they say, tomorrow I'm going to go run 3 miles. So they try to plant themselves way out here, way outside their comfort zone. And if you can imagine a little rubber band from your comfort zone out here to where you are, and there's a lot of tension on that rubber band. And what'll happen is you go out and you try to run 3 miles, even though you've never walked 100 yards in the past week, and you get a half a mile in, you start hurting. And you try to keep going, you try to keep pushing through, but you just can't do it. It was too big of a leap. And this rubber band's going to snap you right back in here, and you're going to go running back to your comfort zone, and you're going to say, heck with that, I'm going to stay where I'm comfortable, even though I don't like it. And that's what most people do. They try to make this huge leap, and it simply doesn't work. But here's a better approach. Instead of coming all the way out here into an extreme level, try doing this. Just take a little side step out of your comfort zone. And maybe it's just deciding that, hey, I'm going to improve my health, I'm going to cut soda out, and I'm not going to eat carbs after 7 p.m., which a lot of experts would recommend. And that's the only change you make for the first week. So it's not real dramatic. And what actually happens is when you do that, you end up expanding your comfort zone. And that gets comfortable. And then as soon as you start getting comfortable there, you take another little step out. And maybe now you add walking a half a mile a day before work, or just parking on the other side of the parking lot when you get to work and walking the extra distance in and out, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, getting a little bit of movement going for you. And you do that for another week or so, and you expand your comfort zone again and get comfortable. And then what do you do as soon as you get comfortable there? You take another step out and you add something else then. And maybe you're starting to take some good super nutrients, or maybe it's carb cycling, or doing some other things that will help you achieve your new fitness goals. And you just do those couple things for a week or so, and again, you expand your comfort zone. And each time you do this, it's never a dramatic change. It's never something that's really hard to do, because you're just taking little steps, but they're little steps constantly. And one of the things I'll talk about eventually is Darren Hardy's compound effect. As a matter of fact, it's going to be in my next video. And it's the compound effect of small decisions done over time, as opposed to making this one huge effort that's going to snap you back. Making these little steps and growing your comfort zone to where you feel comfortable living there is going to be a much better way to expand and start creating some change in your life. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, is how to get outside your comfort zone. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a really cool video. I'm launching a really cool concept called a Transformation Success Accountability Group, which I'm probably going to put out maybe as a Facebook event, or it's going to be a video, I don't know for sure. But it's a really cool concept that I think is going to help a lot of people transform their life in whatever area they're looking to transform their life in. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. And hey, if you like this, go ahead and comment on it below. If you didn't like it and you want to comment, go ahead. That's cool with me too. But there you go, the comfort zone.